Welcome back, everyone, to the Los Angeles Lakers Flashback rebuild here on NBA 2K22. That is right, we return episode 26, season 26 is upon us, and I hope you guys are ready, because this is probably going to be taking us back maybe even a decade or more, because I don't think that the team that we have right now is as good as we've had in a while. We've got some pretty interesting players on this team. We've got Magic Johnson, who's a 93 overall, but he's already 27 years old. He had his best season as a pro last year in terms of points per game. He's going to be leading us at point. Then we've got old man Kobe, and I say old man Kobe because he's 35 years old at this point. We've gone through his almost his entire career in this series. That's pretty crazy. Then we've got Dr. J, who's still young, entering his fourth season at 24 years old. We've got rookie first overall pick Kevin Garnett, who we drafted last episode. James Wiseman is still here. He's entering his age 28 season. He had an MVP campaign in Atlanta, but since he's come to Los Angeles, he's been a champion, three-time champion, and he's kind of dropped his points per game, but he's gotten his rebounds, he's gotten some assists. He's done all right for himself. Derrick Rose, who's probably going to be taking over for Magic Johnson, depending on the situation. Things could change. We got Jaylen Brown, who after this episode, I will take down his flat top if I can and give him the braids or the cornrow thing that he has currently in the NBA in real life. We've got Jaylen Brown, who is entering his fifth season, who has steadily bumped up his points per game, except for, these two were kind of like an anomaly, but he didn't really play much in year number 2. He played a lot more in year number 1. But he's bumped up his numbers significantly, so hopefully those continue to go up. We've got Mikal Bridges, who we brought in a trade along with Tyrese Maxey. I think it was Tyrese Maxey and Mikal Bridges who we got in a trade for somebody. I don't remember who we traded away to get those two guys, but we do have them. We have Kevin Love, obviously, who's still here entering his third season, along with Anthony Bennett, who we signed in free agency just to be kind of like a meme option and try to get him a ring. I don't know if we ever will. This team certainly is good, but is it good enough to keep up the championship dynasty that we've built here of 8 in a row? I don't know if it's possible. This team's very, very good. We still got Pascal Siakam on the bench. I think this team is a playoff team. I don't know if they are a guaranteed NBA Finals participant or even a guaranteed champion. If we take a look around the league, some of those teams that we have been competing with, the Miami Heat, have Anthony Edwards, Larry Bird, Michael Beasley, so they're still a kind of a competitor. The Hawks are a competitor because Fred Brown has become like one of the best scorers in the league. He took home the scoring title last season. And they have older Carmelo, they have Courtney Lee, so they're going to be a competitor in the East. The Grizzlies have taken a huge fall off because they lost, what's-his-face? They lost DeAndre Ayton. He's no longer in Memphis. I don't remember where he even signed. Chris Bosh and Colin Sexton and Pete Maravich are an older big three in the Clippers organization, but they could still make some noise. Luka signed with the Celtics. I forgot about that. Luka signed with the Boston Celtics after spending a couple of seasons in Golden State, 3 seasons in Golden State. He now goes over to the East, and maybe we'll get some Lakers-Celtics matchups in the finals. Who knows? He's got really old Cade Cunningham, and he's got an older LaMelo Ball on his team, along with DeJounte Murray. So we'll see what happens here. They got a lot of guards. Their top 4 positions are guards, so that's going to be interesting to find out how they can work through that. Ben Simmons is on the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's good. Oh, I think Ben Simmons, we traded him to the Cavs for Mikal and Tyrese Maxey. I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. But Ben Simmons now gets to prosper as the big star in Cleveland. Hopefully he can get his points per game up and his stats up. I'd like to see that. The Chicago Bulls have a decent team, nothing really crazy. The Milwaukee Bucks were actually the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference last season, mainly because of this man, Sidney Wicks, and this man, Brandon Ingram. These two guys together are, I guess, a very dominant duo, and they led the Bucks to the number 1 seed. Can they do it again? Maybe. Who knows? There's DeAndre Ayton. He signed with the 76ers after spending 3 years in Memphis. He teams up with Mo Bamba, with Norm Van Leer, with Nick Batum, who's young. So, they've got some pieces. They don't. They don't have any pieces. Nicholas Batum is their youngest guy on the roster by far. I mean, they've got this guy Isaac Austin, but he's 20. He's not really going to be a piece. So Nick Batum is their youngest person by far, and they've got some aging stars. So the 76ers probably aren't going to be much of a threat. I mean, DeAndre Ayton can try and carry, but who knows? We've got only 199 overall in the entire league, and that is Bill Russell. Our highest overall player is Dr. J at 95. Then we've got Magic Johnson at a 93. It's funny to see how we've had Luke on the team. We've had LeBron on the team. We've had DeAndre Ayton on the team. We've had Giannis on the team. We've had Tracy McGrady on the team. We've had Anthony Edwards on the team. So a lot of these top guys have formerly been Los Angeles Lakers and have championship rings to their resume. Giannis, by the way, has been the most dominant player of the recent memory. He's been like Rick Barry, only he's got championships instead of Rick Barry only having like one championship. He's got 4 straight MVPs. He might go for a 5th one in this episode. Who knows? But he's got 6 rings to his name. So he's going to be a problem. Washington Wizards have LeBron and aging LeBron. They have DeAndre Jordan, who's young. They have not really a whole lot else after that. Then you go to the Warriors, who re-signed Giannis, but did lose Doncic, as we saw. He went to the Celtics. They've also got Mitchell Robinson, who's older. They've got Marbury, who's older. He was in Philly for a while, and he was in Utah for most of his career. Or actually, not most of his career. He was in the Clippers organization? No, he was in Atlanta. That's where he was. He got drafted by Atlanta and was in there for a while. Steve Nash, who was on Miami for a while, and he went to San Antonio for a few seasons, but he was drafted by Miami. Then they've got Goran Dragic. They've got a weird team. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but, I mean, they've got Giannis, so it's going to be good. Then we get to the Blazers, who have an aging Tracy McGrady, an aging Trae Young, an aging Miles Bridges, and then they have Bill Russell, who's probably going to carry them. The Timberwolves are a decent team. The Thunder are not really that great. The Suns aren't great. They've got older stars there. The Spurs aren't really that great at all. They've got nobody really, a really old Jermaine O'Neal, who we had for a while. Did he ever get a ring with us? He did. He won 1 championship with us in 2032. All right, good for him. Let me get back to the stats. There we go. So, I mean, they've got really nothing on the San Antonio side of things. The Rockets have a really old Ray Allen, and then nothing really after that. Allen Iverson's still here. He's been in Houston his entire career. Yes, he has. He just keeps re-upping in Houston. Good for him. That's loyalty right there. They've got a young Jerry Stackhouse and a young Brent Barry. So if those, and DJ Augustin. So these 3 guys, or these 2 guys mainly, can develop alongside a younger Eric Gordon, they could be a problem in a couple of years, but not right now. Kareem is in Toronto, along with the old Rick Barry, who has finally left the Brooklyn Nets. I tried to get him a couple of seasons ago, but the Nets, I think, matched his contract or whatever. I think he might have been either bird rights or restricted or something like that, so we couldn't get him. But he is now in Toronto, finally leaving Brooklyn. But they've got Sidney Moncrief, Kareem, Bill Laimbeer. They're going to be an interesting team, probably nothing too crazy. The Pistons have really nothing after Rudy Gobert. The Pelicans have a really old Dwayne Wade, and nothing really after that. They've got a young Serge Ibaka, so that's good. The Pacers don't really have much. I mean, Artis Gilmore's been an all-star consistently since he's been in the league. Casey Jones has been good. Killian Hayes has been decent. The Pacers could be a problem in the East. They could be like a top 4 seed, but I don't know if they've got the pieces to go deep in the playoffs. The Nuggets have had Tim Duncan for a couple of seasons now. He was in New York, then he went to Washington. Now he's in Denver. They've also got Onyeka Okongwu, Poku. They've got Tyrell Terry. They don't really have that great of a team. They've got a good backcourt, but nothing really else after that. Or front court, I should say. The Brooklyn Nets, Jaren Jackson Jr.'s old. Shea's old. Theo Maledon's even getting a little older. They don't really have much now that Rick Barry's gone. The Mavericks don't have anything, and they really haven't had anything ever in this series. Russell has gone to the Magic. That's where he got drafted to. And he teams up with Abdur-Rahim, who's been a very solid player, Hall of Fame level player that Abdur-Rahim has been for his entire career. He's been in Orlando, I think, his entire career. Yes, he has. Not many guys can say that they've been on their team the entire career. A lot of movement going around in this series. But the Magic really, after these 2 guys, don't really have anything. And then we're back to us. So, I mean, there's not really a whole lot of teams that have crazy amounts of talent on their roster. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. Now we get to the most fun part and the most anticipated part of every episode. It is the wheel spin. I couldn't think of what it was. It is the wheel spin. Boom, bada bing. Here we go. We got 1995 Kevin Garnett's draft class last episode. Let's see what we get here. 3, 2, 1. Spin that wheel. Let's go and see what we get. We are getting a very old draft class, 1966. 1966 is going to be the draft class that we're working with in this episode. Okay. I have no idea who's in the 1990 or 1966 draft class. Could it be Jerry West? Maybe. Could it be absolutely nobody? Very possibly. 1966. Let's see what we've got in the 1966 class. No content was found. Fantastic. So you know what that means? We go either with the historic draft class. Do we even go down that far? Oh, the 1966 draft class isn't even on here. It goes straight from 65 to 69 in the historic draft classes. So, you know what happens now? We get a good old-fashioned respin, and we go for a different person, or go for a different draft class. So the 1966 draft class will be eliminated, and we respin the wheel. What are we going to get? What are we going to get? We're going to get 1958. Whoa, is 1958 even on there? I'm not even sure if 1958 is on there. We can check. We can check. Is 1958 on this one? On the historics? It is not. It starts at 1960. So let's type it in. These older draft classes are going to be harder to find, especially if they didn't have any decent players in it. 1958. And we are going to get one class for 1958. Who is in the 1958 draft class? We've got Wayne Embry, and that is it. Oh, no, we have Elgin Baylor, Wayne Embry, Don Ohl, and Hal Greer. Those are the people that we have in this class. Okay. Very, very interesting. Let's go to all positions. There we go. So then we get but I'm not going to use this class because I'm not going to add a bunch of garbage men to the league. So we're not going to do this. I will Google quickly the 1958 draft class just to make sure that this is the right class, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to see you guys back in a little bit as I Google this. Okay, so I'm back, and I figured out that the 1958 draft class actually is Elgin Baylor and Wayne Embry and Don Ohl and Hal Greer, but we are, like I said before I cut, we aren't going to use this class because it has a bunch of garbage men in it, and I don't want to fill my league with a bunch of 40 overall garbage men or whatever they're going to be. So what I will do is we will spin the wheel for a third time. We will spin the wheel for a third time, and whatever draft class we get on this one, I will just add those 4 players, Baylor, Embry, Ohl, and Greer, to whatever draft class we get here. So that's what we're going to do just to ease things up. So we're getting a 2-for-1 on this one. Spin the wheel, see what we can get. Let's get a more modern one. We are getting 1958 back-to-back. It really wants me to use the 1958 draft class. I will remove those so we don't get them again. But we are getting 2002. Okay. The 2002 draft class is better. That's more modern. That's the year before good old-fashioned LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony and that stuff. So that's good. So we are going to add these 4 guys. I'm going to just make a mental note of who the 4 people were that I needed to add. So just hold on really quickly as I jot them down. Okay. And now we will go in, load the draft class, and I'm sure somebody's got a 2002 draft class. I think 2002 was that? No, it's not Yao Ming. I think he was 2001, right? Or 2000? I don't think Yao Ming was 2002. I think 2002 class was... Who was the number 1 pick there? Oh, I forget who the 2002 number 1 pick was. I guess we'll find out in a second. 2002. Let's see what kind of classes we got. We got 420, blaze it. 247. Oh, hello, 100% accurate 2008 draft downloads, I should say. Let's use that one. Oh, it was Yao Ming. I thought Yao Ming was 2001, but he's 2002. We've also got Tayshaun Prince. We've got Amari Stoudemire, Jay Williams, who had that motorcycle accident. He would have been a really good NBA player if he didn't have that motorcycle accident. Mike Dunleavy, Luis Scola, Matt Barnes. Who else we got? Karan Butler in this one. John Salmons, DeJohn Wagner. Carlos Boozer's in this one. Razul Butler. Okay, this is a good class. But remember, we're getting the influx of Elgin Baylor in this class as well. So that's going to even add even more to it. So that's the class we're going with. Obviously, Yao Ming is a big draft asset that we probably want to get on this team just because he's 7'5", and he's going to be a monster for a while. And then obviously I want to get Elgin Baylor too. So those are my two top priorities for this class. So I will go and add those 4 guys really quickly, and then I'll cut back when we have them all figured out. Okay, so I'm back, and I've gotten the 4 prospects all added into the 2002 draft class, and now these guys are going to have a little bit of a boosted overall, just like how Bill Russell came into the league as like a 96 overall or whatever he came into the league as. So Elgin Baylor's probably going to come into the league, if not 98, then probably 99. So, I mean, that's just how it happens, because that's just whoever made these versions of these guys are going to be very good. So you just have to deal with it. But we've got now a mixture of the 1958 class and the 2002 draft class. I do have Hal Greer in here as well. He's just not up at the top. Hal Greer is right here. So we just don't know his overall yet. That's why he's not been bumped up at the top. So we've got all the big boys in here. We've got all the overalls. All the good stuff is here. Yao Ming, Jay Williams, all the 2002 guys, and along with the 1958 guys. So with all that being said, that was a long time to get there, but we are now finally ready to simulate. It's about time. I will see you guys at the 2047 All-Star Draft. We make it to February 10th, the All-Star Draft, and we've been battling for the first spot in the Western Conference with a little team called Giannis and Golden State. They have been taking it to us a couple of times. I don't think we've beaten them once in this season so far, but we are 45-9. They are 41-14. It is going to be a battle between us and them throughout the entire season. Here is what the stats are looking like. Dr. J, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Magic Johnson's got 16 points and 10 assists, basically. Kobe was hurt for a big chunk of the season. That's why his points are down a little bit. He's got 5 assists, though. Derrick Rose has stepped up in place of Magic Johnson, who also was hurt for a little bit of the season, so he's gotten some big-time minutes and gotten some good points. James Wiseman has been hurt as well. We've been hit with the injury bug a lot this season. We haven't really had that for the most part for like a decade, really, but we've been hit with the injury bug a little bit this season. A lot of guys have been going down for some decent injuries. Jaylen Brown has been playing well in his added minutes. Kevin Garnett in his rookie year has been getting some good minutes. Anthony Bennett's even been playing a little bit. Miles Bridges, Kevin Love got hurt, so he's kind of dropped down to even like a third-string power forward because now Anthony Bennett was playing more minutes with Kevin Love being hurt. And then Pascal, Jalen Green, and JaVale McGee have not played at all this season. But that's okay, because we've got the points being scored right now where we want to. Let's see who's leading the league in scoring. It is DeAndre Ayton with 30 points per game, 12 rebounds. That's pretty crazy. Then you got Fred Brown in second place. CJ McCollum, who's 30 years old now. Then you got LeBron. You've got Russell Westbrook, Giannis carrying the Warriors. I told you the Warriors were going to be good even though they didn't have Luka anymore, which, speaking of Luka, he's in 9th. I told you they were going to be good just because Giannis is such a dominant force. And Carmelo's right there at number 10. Jamal Murray actually making an appearance here. He's been in the league for a while. 5 years at only 23 years old. That's pretty crazy. But those are your top scores. Let's take a look at the All-Star Draft. Who are the captains? Team LeBron, Team Spencer Haywood. What a weird team captain list. But Haywood, he drafts Giannis, Jaren Jackson Jr., Luka, Anthony Edwards. And then Carmelo, Chris Bosh, Kareem, Dr. J, Fred Brown, Trae Young, and Killian Hayes. And Team LeBron drafts DeAndre Ayton, Tracy McGrady, Magic, Bill Russell, and Larry Bird, Chauncey Billups, Tim Duncan, LaMelo, James Wiseman, Colin Sexton, Artist Gilmore. So what we have here is we have 1, 2, 3 All-Stars, James Wiseman, Magic, and Julius, Dr. J. So we get 3 All-Stars in the class. That's pretty good. And now we get to simulate to the final regular season game and get to the awards and all that good stuff and see who is really going to give us competition. I think it's going to be the Warriors, and I'm kind of scared to play them in the playoffs, but I guess we'll have to wait and find out. Let's get to it and see what happens. Season is wraps, and for the 5th straight year, Giannis Antetokounmpo has cemented himself as the best player in the league. He wins his 5th straight MVP of his career, and he has built himself quite the legacy as probably the greatest player to ever exist in this franchise. I don't know. We'll have to take a look back at the history of the series in a little bit and see who really defined themselves as the greatest of all time. But Giannis is right up there, along with like Rick Barry and a couple other guys that I can't think off the top of my head. But he's right there. He's got 6 championships, so he's got the championship check marked off the ballot of greatest of all time, and he's got those MVPs to follow. I mean, he was winning them with us, but he also is winning them on his own, so that's what I'm happy to see. Rookie of the Year is Antonio McDyess. LaMelo Ball wins 6th Man of the Year, backing up, I don't know who. Who would he be backing up? I don't remember. Bill Russell wins another Defensive Player of the Year, not surprising there. Goran Dragic is the Most Improved Player, along with Giannis on the Warriors. Elijah Samuel is the Coach of the Year, and we win Executive of the Year. It's about time we get back on top as Executive of the Year, so we've got Elijah Samuel as our coach now. I didn't realize that. Oh, he's probably backing up Luka. LaMelo's backing up Luka. I forgot about that. All-NBA first team is Luka, Russell Westbrook, Giannis, who's hurt 4 to 6 weeks. That's massive. George McGinnis and DeAndre Ayton. Second team is McGrady, Magic Johnson, Chris Bosh, Spencer Hoover, and Bill Russell. We finally get a Laker player for the first time in a while. All-NBA third team, Fred Brown, Dennis Schroeder, Jaren Jackson, Dr. J, and Artis Gilmore. So a couple All-NBA players for us. Defensive is Casey Jones, Mo Cheeks, Jaren Jackson Jr., Giannis, and Bill Russell. Then second team is McGrady, Moncrief, Duncan, Dr. J, and DeAndre Ayton. Here are the rookie teams. Kevin Garnett makes it. Second team is as follows. And now we move on to the playoffs. Let's take a look at the stats on the season. Kobe did get hurt again for a decent chunk of the season, like 2 months later on in the year after we saw the All-Star draft and stuff. So his points per game kind of didn't really bump up at all. But Derrick Rose played a lot, and I really like how he bumped up his points per game. I really like to see that. Derrick Rose played well. James Wiseman played well. Magic Johnson played well, and so did Dr. J. Julius Erving has been carrying us ever since he jumped into the league. So he's been a massive piece, but we're probably going to trade him because we're going to hopefully draft Elgin Baylor, and we're not going to need Dr. J anymore. So we are probably going to trade Dr. J this offseason. He's been a very good player for us, though. And then we have Jaylen Brown, who played good. Kevin Garnett in his rookie season played really well. Anthony Bennett did good in the absence of Kevin Love, who has been hurt for a while this season. Basically the same stuff that we've had all year. Nothing really changed that much except for Dr. J bumped up his scoring. DeAndre Ayton takes home the scoring title, averaging 30 points per game and 12 rebounds. That is an absolutely phenomenal season. I'd say DeAndre Ayton has established himself as a Hall of Famer, but we don't know. Fred Brown did really well. Russell Westbrook made an All-NBA team, I think. Did he make it? I'm pretty sure he did. CJ McCollum, LeBron James scored a lot. Jamal Murray, Luka, Giannis kind of fell off because he got hurt. All right, very interesting from the top 10 of the scoring. And now we get to see who we're playing in the first round. We are taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round of the playoffs. They have JoJo White, Gerald Morris, Patrick Williams, Larry Johnson, Jalen Smith. Okay. Very interesting team. I think we can handle them in 4 or 5, hopefully 4. Nope, it's going to have to be 5 because we have a 2-1 lead over them, a 3-1 lead over them, and a 5-game series in round 1. And now we're taking on Denver. Golden State got beaten in the first round by Dallas because Giannis was not playing. Whoa. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. The team of Steve Nash, Marbury, Prince, Dragic, Robinson could not handle the team of Okoro, Herter, Vassell. This team, wow, I cannot believe that Warriors team lost in 5. That's insane. That's big plus for us because we don't have to take on Giannis. Tyrell Terry, OJ Mayo, Poku, Tim Duncan, and Nika Okongwu for the Nuggets. Very good team. I don't know if they're good enough to beat us, but a very good team. Oh, they took game 1. All right. I take that back. We take game 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we got kind of stunned in game 1 and we got punched in the mouth, but then we took the rest of the games. We are taking on that Dallas team that upset the Warriors and has beaten the Clippers in 4 games. Who is on this team? George Hill, Kevin Huerter, Devin Vassell, Terry Driscoll, and Nerlens Noel. That is the team that has gotten to the Western Conference Finals. And then over on the other side, Luka goes down to the Sixers, and the Miami Heat fall to the Pacers. Who's on this team? So you got the 76ers. Oh, DeAndre Ayton has been carrying this team. That's right. And the Pacers have Artis Gilmore, George McGinnis. Okay. That's going to be very interesting in the finals. If we do make it there, we got to get past this Mavericks team. I don't know why they're so good, but they are. And we are going to have to figure out what happens here. 1 versus 6. Game 1 is a Laker victory. 2, James Wiseman has a severe left ankle sprain and is done for the season. But we do take that game. Dr. J tore his left Achilles and is out for the season. What is going on? We were able to beat the Mavericks in 4 games despite the fact that Dr. J and James Wiseman both are injured for the entire season, the rest of the year. And the 76, we are going up against former Los Angeles Laker DeAndre Ayton. Look at this rotation that we've got. We've got Derrick Rose, Kobe, Mikal Bridges, Anthony Bennett, and Kevin Garnett going up against Norm Van Leer, Radu Imenscu, I don't know how to say his name, Robert Covington, Mo Bamba, and DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton has put that team on his back and has carried them to the finals. And we are taking them on. It's a 1 seed versus 1 seed. I cannot believe the injuries that we've sustained here. Derrick Rose is starting over Magic Johnson. I don't think that's the thing that we should be doing. I think Magic should be starting over Derrick Rose. And Anthony Bennett gets the start at power forward, I guess, unless we want Kevin Love there. I mean, Kevin Love does have a better overall than Anthony Bennett does. So, I mean, we'll give Kevin Love the start. And Kevin Garnett goes to center because we're not going to start JaVale McGee. I cannot believe that we lost 2 of our best players to season-ending injuries. That is absolutely crazy. And we are probably going to have to give some minutes to Pascal Siakam as well. He's going to have to get some minutes. Okay, we've got a very scuffed lineup, but that's what it's looking like. Magic Johnson, Mikal Bridges, Kevin Love with Kobe and Kevin Garnett. Let's see what happens here. Game 1 is a 76ers victory. Game 2 is a Laker victory. 2 is a Laker victory. 4, is a 76ers victory. Game 5, Lakers take it. This has been our toughest challenge to date. Can we close it out, or will the 76ers take us to another game? It looks like the Sixers are going to beat us here. In the closeout game, the Sixers are going to blow us out. Wow. Who dominated? Who killed the game here? It was DeAndre, 31, 7, and 2 for the boys, and it is a 7-game series in the NBA Finals. Back home in the Staples Center for Game 7, winner go home, and it looks like, oh, it's a battle. It is an absolute, utter battle, but we take the lead with 4 minutes to go. It is back and forth. We got to jump in here, 55 seconds. 55 seconds. I will not since this game is so close, I will not let it affect what's going to happen. I'm not going to jump in and guarantee we're going to win. I'm going to let the CPU handle it. We're going to see what happens. Can DeAndre Ayton take home a championship not as a Laker? He's going to get the pass over Kevin Garnett. It's a 1-point Laker victory. DeAndre Ayton with 27 tonight. Derrick Rose takes the ball up the court. I don't know what this lineup is. It looks like we've got Kobe playing maybe shooting guard, Jaylen Brown playing, I don't know what's going on. But Magic Johnson is in the post. He is 6'9". He gives it back to Derrick Rose. Rose with the step back, no good. Oh, the steal, and Imenscu's got it. He's got it from the free throw line jumper. No good. Oh, he could have taken the lead with that shot. But Magic with the ball. That's the kind of guy you want to have the ball in this kind of situation. You want Magic Johnson to have the ball. And it looks like we're going to hold it for, probably not final shot because the shot clock is still going on, but as close as we can get it. Magic. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Screen from Garnett. Magic to the hoop, and he gets it. And it's a timeout. 76ers, their final one. It's a 3-point Laker lead with 6.8 to go in the game. What a Game 7 this has been. This game has been crazy. Game 7 in the Staples Center. 6.8 seconds to go. It's a 3 to tie. Covington off the inbound. You got to shoot a 3. Van Leer. No good. And the Lakers are going to win. The Lakers are going to win their 9th straight NBA championship. Norm Van Leer shot the game winner and he missed it, or the game tire, and he missed it. No more timeouts, 0.3 seconds left. The Lakers are going to win, but the 76ers gave us a challenge. And there it is, boys. Another NBA championship for the boys, but this one was not easy. Not easy at all. DeAndre Ayton gave us a fight. An absolute fight. That is for sure. Man, that was tough. Woo! DeAndre Ayton going to hug some of his former teammates. Actually, I don't know if he ever played with Derrick Rose. He certainly played with Kobe and Magic Johnson, though. He might have played with Derrick Rose for maybe the final season. Magic goes on the scorer's table to celebrate with the crowd. Man, what a sight to see. That was a tough battle. 7 games. We haven't gone to 7 games in the NBA Finals for a long time. And we do go 7 games here. The Sixers fall because they should have gave it to Covington. Covington had an open shot for 3, but he decided to pass it to Norm Van Leer. And they'll be thinking about this one all off season as we celebrate with the champagne. Who's going to be Finals MVP? Is it going to be, I don't know, Kobe? Maybe not Dr. J, maybe Magic Johnson? I don't know what's going to happen, but we've got another NBA championship on our resume. Congratulations to our new head coach. Any head coach that we hire is automatically guaranteed an NBA championship. That's just, we don't even need a head coach. All right, who it is? Who is it? It's going to be Magic Johnson. Okay, did Magic win it last year? I don't think he did. I think Dr. J won it last year. I can't remember exactly. But Magic Johnson wins Finals MVP for the first time. Congratulations to him. And Kevin Love led the team in scoring with 16 and 12. Then you had Magic with 15 and 9. Kevin Garnett had 15, 9 and 5. Derrick Rose had 15 and 6. Anthony Bennett had 15, and he gets a ring. Very intriguing scoring. Kobe in 30 minutes only had 5, 4, and 6. Only shot 4 times from the field. Very interesting. He might have been hurt. I don't know. But we do win another championship, 9 in a row. The Lakers have won a title, and Magic gets the MVP of the league. Congratulations to him. But, man, the 76ers gave us a fight. Player retirements. Jalen Green will retire. He didn't play at all for us this season. But he has 10 All-Star appearances and 2 NBA championships. I would say that is a Hall of Fame career. I would say that is a Hall of Fame career, no doubt about it. Plus, his scoring numbers that he put up are very, very solid as well. So that is, he dominated for a long time in this league. That's a Hall of Fame career. Moses Moody retires. I don't think he ever did anything. And in fact, he won 2 titles, 2030 and 2034. What teams was he on in those years? So 2030, he was on the Pistons. That was when Bob Boozer was carrying the team. And okay, so both Bob Boozer championships are what he won. Then you got Trey Mann, who retires. I don't know if he did anything. He won a title in 2035 and 2037. Okay, who was he on and what team was he on? 2037 was Brooklyn, and 2035 was Brooklyn. So he was on the Rick Barry teams that won 2 titles. Okay. Allen Iverson finally calls it a career. He didn't win any rings, but he's got 5 first-team All-Defensives. He's got 2 All-Star appearances. He's got some great scoring numbers. Is Allen Iverson a Hall of Famer? I'd give it to him, but who knows? Who knows who's going to have? Steve Nash also retires. He had some really good scoring numbers back in the day in Miami. What did he do in terms of awards? He got 12 All-Star appearances, some All-NBA teams. We'll find out. I don't know if that's a Hall of Fame career or not. It might be. It certainly might need. Peja Stojakovic retires. He's got 3 NBA championships with us in the Lakers. What else did he do? He had some really good. He won some scoring titles. I know that for sure. He's got 4 All-Star appearances. He certainly has got some scoring titles. Probably right here. These two, I think he won the scoring title with those 30 points per games in Philly. That was absolutely crazy. He's probably a Hall of Famer. Darko retires. Did Darko ever win a title with us? He might have. Yeah, he's got 3 championships, 20, 38, 39, and 40. He was all on the Los Angeles. We drafted him. We drafted him back in 2032, and he got some NBA championships, but other than that, he really didn't do anything. Is that good enough to be a Hall of Famer? Probably not, but he's got 3 titles. Very interesting. I don't know how many Hall of Famers we're going to have. Staff retirements, don't really care about that. Hall of Fame inductees, we get Abdur Rahim, who I didn't see on there, but that might be like the Evan Mobley thing we had last year. Steve Nash and Jalen Green are the only 2, so Allen Iverson does not make the Hall of Fame. Very, very interesting. But I don't think Abdur Rahim ever retired. I don't, unless I just missed him. Maybe I know I didn't go down as far, so maybe Abdur Rahim did retire and I just didn't see it. There goes Keita. Keita never got, did Keita get, he got some rings, right? Keita Bates-Diop has some championship rings, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's got 5 NBA championships just because we were carrying him on our roster because I like Keita Bates-Diop. So he's got 5 titles. Good for him. But I don't see Abdur Rahim on here at all, so he must just be like that Evan Mobley thing that happened last year. Jersey retirements, they retire Abdur Rahim's jersey in the Orlando, then Steve Nash and Peja. Okay. League meetings, we're going to reject everything here, make sure everything's the same. And then the draft lottery, I don't know how many lottery picks we have. We have the best odds with the Pistons, 3rd and 4th, and then the 13th. We got a lot of lottery picks. Okay, let's see what happens here. Orlando gets the 14th pick. Here we go with the 13th pick, and we stay at 13 with Toronto, thanks to Toronto for that pick. And remember, we're going to also trade Dr. J, so we're going to get some more picks next year and the year after. The Thunder, then the Kings, their 45th all-time lottery selection. The Cavaliers stay at 10. Ooh, impending free agency of Ben Simmons. Very interesting. The Suns are at 9. They haven't had a winning record in 5 years. The Jazz stay at 8. They took Bryant Reeves last year. Here come the Celtics. They stay at 7. They have 2 first-round picks, 7 and 18. Then you get the Hornets. The Hornets are going to move up to the top 4. The Knicks and the Hornets move up to the top 4. Thanks to the Mavericks. And now with the 5th pick, we get the 5th pick. Okay. The 4th pick is also our odds. The Knicks. Oh, that's Detroit's pick, by the way. So Detroit had the best odds, but they fall to 5. So now we are up here. The 3rd pick is going to be us, thanks to Memphis. We took Kevin Garnett last year with the number 1 pick. Then it's us and the Hornets. And the Hornets fall to 2. So we will get the number 1 overall pick to draft Elgin Baylor. There it is. The 15th time we've had the number 1 pick in the draft. Thanks to New Orleans. So it's us, the Hornets, and then us, and then the Knicks, and then us. So the Hornets and the Knicks are the only 2 teams that are not us in the NBA draft top 5. Okay. So we're going to get the guys that we want, but I am going to get the first 2 picks just to draft Elgin Baylor. We're going to guarantee Elgin Baylor, but I also want to get Yao Ming. So let's go and let's trade Dr. J. Oh, but he's still hurt for the season. Oh, no. We can't trade him because... Oh, plus he's got no contract as well. So we're going to have to wait on that. And James Wiseman, who I was going to trade as well, is also untradeable. Very sucky. Very, very sucky, that is. Trade Finder. We've got to get the number 2 picks. So let's trade these 2 picks, hopefully to the Hornets. Ooh, I can get Juan Hernan Gomez. I do want Juan Hernan Gomez just because of that movie that he's in, Hustle, or on Netflix or whatever. If you haven't seen that movie, it's pretty good. You should go watch it. Well, let's go get the number 2 pick so we can get Yao Ming and Elgin Baylor. So the Hornets, we're going to talk to them. We'll give them 13. We'll give them 22. We'll give them 26. They say they don't want that. So we will go and we will give them a first-round pick next year in 2051. They don't want that either. I could give them 5. I guess I'll give them 5. Okay, so they agree. So they take the 5th overall pick. Perfect. So now we have 1, 2, and 3. So we're gonna draft Elgin Baylor, Yao Ming, and then we don't really need the third pick. I mean, we could take somebody, I guess. So we're gonna take Elgin Baylor, take Yao Ming. Do I need anybody else? I don't really need anybody else with the third pick. I guess I could take like Jay Williams, but I don't really need to. Elgin Baylor and Yao Ming are gonna be fine, so we can trade that third pick away. Let's go trade finder, not future picks. Trade finder, third pick. Let's see what we can get. If we can get Juan Hernan-Gomez for that, I would take that. Jakob Poeltl. We can get some decent players for this third pick. It's got some decent value. Let me go make my own trade. So if we throw in the third pick and we go find Juan Hernan. Was he on the Grizzlies? I think he was on the Grizzlies. Yeah, there he is. There's Juan Hernan-Gomez. So I want you. And then, do I want anybody else on your roster? I don't think so. You don't really have any contracts that I could take. I mean, I could take Tyrese Halliburton, but I don't really want Tyrese Halliburton. Give me the pick next year, and your pick that year, and your pick this year. And then I'll call it a day. We like what we have as a trade is concerned. Obviously, you don't, because you didn't take my trade. I'll give you JaVale McGee. You're not interested in the trade? Well, why not? I'll give you a second round pick. Okay, you can keep 2051. Okay, so we got Juan Hernan-Gomez. We got some future picks in a couple of seasons. And we have 1 and 2. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Let's go to the NBA draft. 2047 NBA draft. The Lakers are on the clock. And we are going to take Elgin Baylor with the first overall pick. With the first overall pick in the 2047 NBA draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select Elgin Baylor from Seattle University. Thank you very much. And now we are on the clock again, and we will take 7'5" Yao Ming. Ming Yao. With the second pick in the NBA draft, the 2047 NBA draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select Yao Ming from China. Yes, yes, yes. All right, the Grizzlies are on the clock. They take Wayne Embry. Good for Wayne Embry. The Knicks take Hal Greer. Okay. The Hornets take Don Ole. So all the 1958 guys are off the clock now. Amari Stoudemire goes to the Mavericks. The Celtics take Drew Gooden. The Jazz trade the pick to the Phoenix Suns, who have back-to-back picks. They take Mike Dunleavy, and now they take Jay Williams. Oh, they just got 2 solid rookies back-to-back. That's crazy. The Cavs trade their pick to the Atlanta Hawks, and they give Fred Brown some help there with Caron Butler. Okay. Let's sim to the end of the draft to see what else happens. Now, remember, Elgin Baylor is going to be a pretty high overall. So he enters the league at a 92 overall. He is 24 years old. I will make sure that he's a rookie so that he can be possible for Rookie of the Year. Yao Ming enters at a 79. Embry's a 92. Hal Greer's an 89. Don Ole's an 87. Stoudemire's an 80. We got Jay Williams at 78. Caron Butler's a 76. Tayshaun Prince is a 78. Luis Scola is a 76. Okay, good for him. Then we get Razul Butler. Carlos Boozer goes to 74. Very interesting draft class. Let's sign our 2 rookies, Yao Ming and Elgin Baylor. And then let's go to team player options. We will accept the options, or at least they will accept our options. That's good. So McGrady declined his. Kareem did decline his, and so did Carmelo. Okay. Qualifying offers. I will offer the extension to Pascal, but we're probably going to have to just offer them a contract anyway. So what is our roster looking like as of right now? So we've got Magic and D Rose. We've got Kobe. We've got Elgin Baylor, Garnett, Kevin Love, Anthony Bennett, and Juan Hernan-Gomez. And then James Wiseman and Yao Ming. But I'm going to trade James Wiseman and I'm going to trade Dr. J once they're back from their injuries. So we need to bring in a small forward. Other than Dr. J to back up Elgin Baylor. So that's probably going to be... Should we go with like a Devin Vassell maybe? We don't really need a high overall guy because they're just going to be getting backup minutes. So let's go with a guy like... We could go with like Taurean Prince or maybe a Denzel Valentine kind of type. That could be very intriguing. 78 over. I'd rather get like a Kevin Knox because he's at least a decent overall. So let's offer Kevin Knox. We're going to need a backup center, and we could bring back Jermaine O'Neal. That could be something. Mo Wagner, Timofey Mozgov. You know what? Let's offer Jermaine O'Neal a contract, bring him back to the team. So we got those two guys. Then we go to the bird rights. We go and we offer Jaylen Brown. What's that say? He's not interested in signing with the Lakers. Oh, wow. Jaylen Brown says no, thank you to that. Okay. That is very interesting. I didn't really expect that to happen. And we'll offer, we've used up all of our extensions. Julius Erving is expected to offer a thing from the Blazers, so we will match that because we're going to trade him. So it's going to be like a sign and trade. I did not expect him to say he's not interested in talking to us. Wow. Okay. We'll bring back Tyrese Maxey. So we will match Pascal Siakam. And we will... Actually, no, we're not... Can we... Oh, I think I screwed it up. It's okay. We'll sign Pascal. Okay, we are now into free agency. And Jaylen Brown has 5 offers, but he's not even interested in talking to us. I guess he's just upset. He said, I don't even want to speak to you guys. So this is what the roster is looking like. We brought back Tyrese Maxey. So we got 3 there, 1 there, 3 here. So that's what? That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, we have all the guys that we need, but we have a lot of power forwards. We're going to trade Dr. J so that Elgin Baylor can start. Then we'll have Kevin Knox. We're probably going to trade one of these power forwards, probably Anthony Bennett. We got enough centers. But we're going to trade James Wiseman as well. I think we're good in free agency. I don't think we need anybody here. Nobody here can really help us. Well, I mean, they could help us, but I don't think... I think we're good. Let's go to player progression and see what happens. Who's going to get good? Oh, Elgin Baylor jumped up 3. Okay, so he's a 95. Derrick Rose is up to a 91. Kevin Garnett's an 87. Kevin Love's an 86. Nobody else really jumped up at all. All right, very intriguing. Very intriguing. Okay. Magic Johnson's 93. Player progression is very interesting. I hope these guys are back and healthy. I would really appreciate if they were healthy. Auto-generate the classes. We might have to trade them at the deadline. Are they healthy now? They're still not healthy. Well, he's got a virus, a stomach virus. So James Wiseman is healthy, but a torn left Achilles 6 to 8 months. So Dr. J is going to miss this entire season, it looks like. But we can still trade James Wiseman. So we might as well do that to start this, or to end this episode. So let's go trade finder, James Wiseman, get him on a new team. We don't need him anymore since we have Yao Ming and we have Jermaine O'Neal and all that good stuff. So let's go see what we can get for him. We can get some good players, but I don't think we need any players necessarily. We could use a backup shooting guard. So let's go do that. Let's trade James Wiseman for a backup shooting guard and a bunch of picks. So who's going to be the shooting guard that we go for? Gary Trent Jr. maybe. We could go for Tyrese Halliburton. Courtney Lee could be good. Austin Carr. Tim Hardaway Jr. Let's see. Who's a good shooting guard option here? Victor Oladipo. Kevin Huerter was going up against us on the Mavericks. That could be interesting. OJ Mayo. I would like to have OJ Mayo. So let's go to OJ Mayo, and then we'll talk to the Nuggets, and we'll get their 2049. We will get their 2050. We'll go and get their 2051. They're already set at center. Are you already? Who's your center? Oh, you have Anika Okongwu. Okay. And you have Tim Duncan. Yeah, that probably wouldn't work. They're right about that. Plus, they have Tim Duncan. So we'll go and we'll make a new trade for somebody else then. So let's go past the Nuggets. All right, so the Pacers, they have a center already, but these guys don't. Do they have a shooting guard that I want? Andre Roberson or Roberson? No, not really. No. They're good at center. They're good at center. Everybody's pretty decent in center right now, except for these guys. The Thunder are struggling in center, but they don't really have a shooting guard for me. These guys have Jaylen Brown. The Suns signed Jaylen Brown. I could try and trade it for him back. But I'll let him go rock on the Suns. The Timberwolves don't really have a shooting guard that I want. Sidney Moncrief at 30 years old, 87 overall. Then we go to the Warriors, Stephon Marbury, but they have center already. The Wizards already have a good center. Wow, there's a lot of teams that have a decent center that don't really have a good shooting guard. And I just need I don't need a good shooting guard. I just need a backup shooting guard. Just somebody that can come in off the bench and get some good minutes. But I'm not really seeing anything here, especially with the guys that do have a good center. Robin Lopez isn't really that good. Give me Courtney Lee and we can talk. Give me your first round pick this year. Give me your first round pick in 2051 and your first round pick in 2052, and we can call it a deal. We like what we have as far as trade concerned. Obviously you don't, or we wouldn't be sitting here talking. So I'll give you a second round pick. I'll give you my first round pick in 2052 because that's not going to be worth anything. I'll give you a player. Do I want to give you another player? I mean, we need to trade a power forward. So I'll give you Anthony Bennett. Do you want Anthony Bennett or do you want Pascal? I'll give you Pascal. They're not interested in the trade. Well, why not? Why aren't you interested in the trade? How many picks do we have in 2048? We only have 3 in 2048. Okay. 2049, we have a few. And we will give you... I'll give you the Rockets 2049 first round pick. They're not interested. You're not interested in trade? Really? You're getting 2 first round picks. Wow, okay. I see how it is. I'll take away this pick and I'll take away your pick in 2052. I don't need that. They're not interested. Come on, guys. Just because I'm asking for the 2058 or 2048 pick? No, I don't want a second round pick. Give me this pick and then we can call it a deal. You gotta be joking, right? You gotta be just joking me. You're pulling my leg, aren't you? There, finally, we agreed to a deal. I had to throw in another trade or another deal, but we finally agreed to it. Future draft picks. We have 3 first round picks this year. In the next episode, we have 3 first round picks in the next episode after that. But now our roster is looking like this. So we have Derrick Rose. No, we're going to have Magic starting, even though I know he's got the stomach virus, but he's going to start. Oh, he can't. Can he not start? He says he can start. I'll let him. He'll rest for the season, but then when he comes back, he can start. Then we're going to have... no, I'm not going to have Jermaine O'Neal start. I'm going to have Yao Ming start. Yao Ming is going to get the starting minutes at center. And then we're going to have Kevin Garnett. We got Elgin Baylor. We got Kobe. And we got Derrick Rose. Then we got Kevin Love, Courtney Lee. Our bench unit is certainly not as good as it used to be, or it has been in previous iterations. But it'll be good. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We got Juan Hernangomez. We've got Bo Cruz, baby. We got Bo Cruz. Okay. So it's a little bit of a long episode. But we got the deal done that we need to get the deal done, and depending on how long it takes Dr. J to come back from that injury, we might trade him in next episode trade deadline, or if he's still not healthy, we'll trade him next episode in the offseason. So he's going to miss a lot of the year, though. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next one. If you did enjoy, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club main channel, link down below in the description if you want to go check out my main channel. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.